Don't worry about the next. This is your boy, Chris with an X. Chris with an X. I put the X into sex. No, I'm just kidding. You're now tuning into another episode of the X Zone with Chris Sharp. Now today I want to talk about secular music and religion. Now it is February 1st. We are in Black History Month, so support blackness. And not just blackness this month, but every month, because Black history is American history. And they'll try to erase it. Also, we're in the month of love. Valentine's Day should be coming around the corner. So spread love around. You could be single instead of spread love. Because with all of this going on in 2021 or 2020 2.0, we don't need no stress, no drama, no hateration or holleration. Let's get it percolating. Wise words from Mary J. Blige. And also, my Cash App is Get X Money 09. So, donate and support the show. Alright, now, I know a lot of people probably don't know, what is secular music? Can you listen to it? Now, the definition for secular music is something ungodly. That's what it is. Now, with that being said, you can listen to, some Cardi B, or you can listen to some Snoop Dogg, or any of that. Because you always need God in your life. You need God at all times. Like Steve Harvey was saying this morning on his radio show. And you cannot be successful without God. But secular music, so you can listen to anybody, it's as long as the message, you can listen to Back That Ass Up. That's a great workout song. I mean, obviously not talking about, obviously not talking about God in it, but it's still a feel-good song. It's still high vibrational. You can still have fun. That's what that is. Like you can listen to, like Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing. Some sexual healing. Because you need stimulation. That's just stimulation. Or even, WAP, horrors in this house. It's just, some stuff is entertainment. But if it's saying something like, the ungodly hour or demon time or any of those stupid words or chanting out the mark of the beast, that's the stuff that needs to be cut off. Don't follow the crowd. Like like Tupac said, don't just bob your head to a song. Always listen to the lyrics and what's being reiterated to you. Which is true, When you put garbage in, you get garbage out. And if you feel like, songs, hype you up to get angry or do something that you would normally do, then I would suggest you turn it off. Because all words ain't meant to be lived by. Some of these entertainers, they just be talking on a record. God created music so people can enjoy it. But in the industry, or just other people, they can corrupt it. Because if you're writing something down, you write your own music. Or you have somebody else write your music. But it's supposed to be something to enjoy. Whether it's a love song, dance song, religious music. The song just has, high vibrational stuff. Because the Lord will destroy the Antichrist by his light. So let nobody deceive you. All these rappers talking about, pop, pop, bang, bang, or kill, death, or all this excessive, drugs and alcohol use. Most of them are not even doing that. And shout out to my girl Lovely T for saying that. Because a lot of people know that a lot of these little pumps and Tekashi 6ix9ine, all that, they're not doing none of that. They at the health food stores. Their kids go to college. They live in the suburbs. All while you taking this junk and, mess up your insides or possibly die from it. Because street drugs, a lot of people know now, they're fentanyl. So, and don't be going out here just because you hear something with a melodic beat and it's just telling you they'll kill somebody. Because the real separates from the fake. You can't talk about the drive-by without the aftermath of a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can go do a drive-by, but then what happens? Doing drive-by with your homies, but now you shot, your friend from grade school is now dead. The cop got popped, and while you bleeding out, you just realize that your kid probably has a birthday tomorrow, but you don't know if you're gonna make it or not because you dead. So all this cadence music, that's what secular music is. I don't really listen to none of this new rap unless it's recommended to me. And there's some good rappers out there. There's some good people that's penning stuff. Because I was on Twitter and a band that follows me calling all astronauts. We was talking about that. Like, what's the worst type of music? There's people that mumble and say all types of, stupid crap. And that's the stuff that needs to be dated. We need to go back to the, Roxanne Shantae's, the Nas's, the Salt and Pepper, the Biggies, and all of that. That's what we need to go back to. People that actually pen stuff. So to anybody that's penning stuff, God knows what you're capable of doing. So keep going for your dreams. And like I said, you need God at all times. And you cannot do anything without God. Do not let no one, the devil, deceive you. Like In Touch with Stanley Drew was saying, trust God and let him handle the consequences. Because, and Steve Harvey was saying it, like, you blessed. Stop doing all that worrying. Like, you talking about everything that you don't got. Focus on what you do got. You got a job. You got a house. You got money. You got people that love you. You got, you woke up this morning. People didn't. Like, rest in peace to Cicely Tyson and Dustin Diamond, just to name a few. But you have so much you have to be blessed for. It is never too late to listen to God. Because I listen to him always. Also In Touch with Stanley Drew saying, don't estimate what God can do in your life. Just say, Lord, here I am. Because, like, they have been trying to remove God out of a lot of things. Like the Pledge of Allegiance, like the award shows, like the money, trust in God. And I think everything is coming back with a vengeance. The Bible tells a lot of stuff that will happen. So that's what secular music means. You can still have fun, bounce and party, but anything that's just messing with your spirits, anything that's low vibrational and stupid and mumbling, all of that has got to go. You can listen to whatever you want to, but stuff like when it has like that album by Chloe and Haley called The Ungodly Hour, I'm not giving any play to that. They song Do It is good, but we've had like music like Christina Aguilera, Dirty, or but it was never nothing that said, this is ungodly. You could still have a rough and fun time without saying any stupid crap like that. And so yeah, just don't get in cadence with that. That's my 2 cents on what secular music means. If anything you want me to talk about, feel free to email me. Like I said, support the show. My Cash App is GetXMoney. And, stay prayed up. Always count your blessings. Look at everything that you do got. because a lot of stuff is happening in 2021, and you got the internet, and if you're not hooked up to IV, you don't have you COVID free. Now's the time to really do whatever you want to do and promote it, like anything, even stocks, which I will be getting into in the next episode. Stock is really good to invest in right now. So I'll talk to y'all next time. This has been another episode of the X Zone with Chris. Peace.